All right, so before we go, there's the music.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Week 0.
What kind of week is that?
As the preseason kickoff classic games are coming on. I don't know. It doesn't have a number, so I guess I don't know how it can be a week. But yeah, we will. This week we're going to bring you SSAA picks because it is their first week of the regular season, and we're going to start with Bell Creek Academy, and out of Riverview there in Hillsborough County. They'll take a trip to Space Coast, coast to coast.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? Honestly, Space Coast, they've got a new head coach. The Bell Creek, they've seen a slight improvement here this year and everything. And honestly, I'll tell you that it will be really interesting to see how this game goes. But as we told everybody in the previous show, we have the FHA computer, the FHSF, 4HSfootball.com computer pick. And honestly, this one does not look like a pretty result here, but we'll wait for that in a moment. But I am leaning to Bell. I'm going for Bell Creek here in this one.
Yeah, I have to admit, I just saw the number, and it may have influenced me a little bit. But no, I probably would have taken Bell Creek either way. So I agree. I'll go with Bell Creek in this one.
And we'll pop that up here on the screen here for y'all as we go
Ouch.
through. Yes, 41 over
Ouch.
Space Coast is the prediction by the computer. So we shall see what is going to happen there come Friday night.
That's right. And game 2, we'll see. Yes, Frostproof is.
Yes,
boy,
they're in the
that's
SSA Atlantic side of this, so that's
yeah. They're and that's a team we know them well from winning state titles in the past in the FHSA. But they will travel to Tampa to take on Cambridge Christian to start.
And you know what? The Bulldogs, Cambridge Christian, they were 4-6 last year. Frostproof, they were a team in the FHA playoffs last year. And so this is what's
Right.
kind of was baffling that they decided to go to the Sunshine State Athletic Association. But I honestly, I have to look at the numbers. If the changes to rural that had just taken place, which will, with the rural classification, which we'll talk more about in terms of in the North Florida Blitz, because that's where a lot of the rural teams sit at, is that, if Frostproof had waited around, would they have maybe gotten a chance to be back in rural because their numbers maybe just slightly north of 600 and they may have gotten back in? I don't know that because of just how things look. But right this second, Frostproof was like, well, we're not sure what's going on. We'll just go to the SSA Atlantic, and here they are. And I honestly think, like, right this second, they may be the team to beat this year in that division of things.
Right, I would tend to agree with you, and for that reason, I take Frostproof to win here in week 1 as well.
And we'll pop that up here in a moment on the screen here, Marty. And yes, I definitely think this will be interesting. Yep. I take Frostproof. Marty takes Frostproof, and the computer is saying Frostproof 25 over Cambridge Christian.
Not
That is
bad.
the forecast.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big spread. Not bad as 41, but it's still a pretty big spread. I always love that name, Frostproof. It's a great name for.
It's not Frostproof and Frostproof. We can say that.
That's to say, I think it is actually, but yeah, that's true. As we now move along to our third game of the week, Gateway Charter. That is
Yes.
Fort Myers Gateway Charter and Canterbury. Of course, so it's the game between two Fort Myers teams, and this is gonna be a pretty good game, I think, between these two.
Yeah, I mean, and that's right there. They're in the Lee County backyard for both of those teams, right there in Fort Myers. Canterbury, they've had their ups and downs. Gateway Charter has shown some improvements here in the last couple of years, and honestly, my pick is going. But no, I really think though, it really boils down to the strength of schedule, and I think Canterbury's just got it right there, and that's where I'm going with that one. I'm going with that pick.
Yeah, and you'll put up the number here in a moment, but yeah, this seems like a game that can be pretty competitive. I would, though, I'd really at this point I think Canterbury as well at home can win this game and probably will win this game.
Absolutely, and there it is. We are going to pop that up right here on the screen here. I'm taking Canterbury. Marty's taking Canterbury, and the computer is saying that Canterbury by 7 over Gateway Charter to open up the season here.
Yeah, not really a huge difference there, but again, Canterbury favored, so we'll go with that as well. As we now move on to our next game, this might be my favorite name, Out of Door.
Yes, out of door at Keswick Christian. Keswick Christian joins the SSAA this year after being the last couple of years of independent, and honestly, out of door, they have been highly competitive. Rob Hallway there at out of door, he's been he's gotten the Thunder to improve, and they have had recent success. In Keswick Christian, Dave Dare, who is the son of Bob Dare, who of coach there of Cambridge Christian of Norarity. They took him to the only state championship game appearance that Cambridge Christian had back. Been a while now. I think it was like 2015, 2016, somewhere in that stretch. I can't remember the exact year.
Didn't go really well in that game, but they made it there. So.
No, absolutely. But anyways, really, honestly, I mean, out of door, I think it's the better team here. Keswick Christian still trying to find their footing a little bit, and that's why I'm going with the Thunder to beat Keswick Christian to start off the 2024 season.
Yeah, I want to go outdoors as well.
Outdoors as well?
Football's played out of doors, so, outdoors. Yeah, I love that name. And they're, of course, located in Sarasota. Yeah, out of doors had a
They're right there on the
program.
county line between Sarasota and Manatee. They're right on the county line.
Yeah, right there, but officially in Sarasota. So, but yeah, I'm with you. Out of door, they've had a pretty good program recently. Keswick not bad, but yeah, as you can see, 34 for out of door, even on the road. 34 for out of door. That rhymes. So right now, Josh and I are pretty much
4 for 4 on
everything. Yep. Let's see what the next game though is. We got Oasis
at St. Stephen's Episcopal.
Not the band Oasis. That's Cape Coral Oasis traveling to Bradenton against St. Stephen's Episcopal. And, I'm knowing that St. Stephen's, and I do know this program actually a little bit, I think that they're a team that they'll be pretty good again. That I'd like to take them to win their opener against Oasis.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there on that one, Marty. St. Stephen's is definitely a team that they've been competitive in the Sunshine State Athletic Association. They have been to the championship games in either the state championship game or they've been into the 5A or even the 4A level because what the Sunshine State Athletic Association kind of explain it here real quick to you is that they everybody's in just one grouping. They don't decide who's what class playoff bracket until the end of the season based upon their power ranking. It's called the CCI, Cross Competitive Index, I think is what it stands for, and that's how they they choose their playoff teams here. And that's right now, honestly, my thought is St. Stephen's, they have done really well, and I feel like by looking at the line here that we're going to show you here in a moment, that what the computer is saying, I believe it. And Oasis, they got a new head coach, and that will be interesting to see how that goes. And here is your line here. St. Stephen's 31 over Oasis to start the season.
A lot of big lines this week here in week 1 or week 0, whatever we're calling it. So, all right, that's 5 for 5. One more game. Let's see if we're going to have any differences here in the Gulf Coast Blitz.
And I will bring this one up to you here. Sarasota Christian and Old Point Christian. And why I bring this one up here is that both teams are playing their first game in 11-man football after being in the 8-man league the last few years. So,
yeah, that's a big ball game. Sarasota Christian got to take a trip to Jacksonville.
Over there off to the west side, out there in
3-4 hour trip there.
Yes.
Yeah, the west side. That's right. I actually have never been to that school, but I have heard about it. That's over on the west side of town. But, and for that reason, because they got to take a trip north, and because I like this name, I'll take Old Point Christian. It's another one. I'm going to go with them at home.
Wow, okay. Yeah, but Sarasota Christian, I mean, they have been really good and really competitive here in 8-man football. Okay, 11-man football is a little different here, but I'm going against the grain here, and I am going Sarasota Christian to pick up their first win in 11-man football.
Actually, I think that's going with the grain. If you'll
I'm going against the grain against you.
I'm going against the grain. But,
why is that? That's right. You're going against the grain, Marty.
Yeah, I am. As you can see when he puts up the line here.
Yes, absolutely.
It is hello.
Yep, there we go. We're about to put it up. There we go.
There it is. Almost said it. 11.
Sarasota Christian 11 over.
Gotta take the underdog.
Gotta
take the underdog there.
Someone has to go for the underdog, and
right.
we will what we'll do before the pick six next week and going forward is that we will put up the record of our wins and losses for during each of the each of the Blitz shows.
We're gonna actually keep up with it, huh? We got to be accountable for our picks.
Yes, we do have to be accountable for our picks, and definitely all that.
Well, week 1's always tough. The first week or so, you just don't know who's gonna come out and play well, but